Chen, Executive Producer of insurtech Connect Asia, and today I'm joined with Rob from bolttech. Thank you for joining me. How have you been?
Wonderful. Thanks for having me, Vivian. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you here. How's your experience like so far at ITC Asia?
I've loved it. This is my very, very, very busy time. I was on the opening session and also on the closing panel today, so pretty excited.
Pretty excited to have you.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to jump right into the questions. bolttech launched in 2020 and following the year secured a largest Series A funding for an insurtech. And last month, the largest straight equity Series B for an insurtech, defying current market trends. What do you think is the secret to bolttech's fast growth?
So we are quite pleased with the fact that we did raise $196 million in connection with our Series B fundraising. And thank you to our wonderful investors, including Tokyo Marine, who led our Series B. But we also had the opportunity to welcome MetLife and Khazanah as investors. I think this is really a testament to the potential and to the resilience of the insurtech marketplace overall. And we're really proud to be part of that insurtech marketplace. With that said, we're a very unique piece of the insurtech landscape. We focus on distribution. And so from the very beginning, we're very clear on our focusing on helping to transform the future of insurance distribution, that entire landscape. And we're really pleased with the fact that our model has gained so much traction, both with respect to embedded insurance, but also with respect to our marketplace, which is the largest technology-enabled ecosystem for insurance in the entire world.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. As a Singapore-based insurtech, what excites you about the opportunities for insurtechs in the Asian region?
Yeah, I should say, first of all, we love being a homegrown Singapore part of the marketplace. It is wonderful to be Singapore's most successful ever insurtech, something we're quite proud of. We love the potential of Asia because we see this as a growing market overall, but we also see it as a underprotected market where there's a huge protection gap and there is a really wonderful opportunity to provide insurance and protection to people who really need it and who've been underserved over time. And so to us, we feel like it's really important to understand the very nuanced nature of the insurance landscape here in Asia. Country by country, the needs are different, the regulations are different, the cultures are different, the people are different. And so we pride ourselves in having immersed ourselves into this marketplace, really focusing very clearly on this question of how can bolttech help each type of customer, each type of business partner, wherever they are in Asia, to be able to satisfy their needs for distribution of insurance, whether they're a traditional insurance distributor or not a traditional insurance distributor who's never even touched insurance before. We can help them all.
That's great. My next question is, what were your lessons as an insurtech CEO over the last year, and if there's any trends have you seen this year?
I had the great pleasure of speaking at the opening panel here where I talked about some of the trends that I've seen in the market, and so I'll just recap them here. I think that really there were 5 points that I've made. The first is that there is a real scarcity of capital. So anyone who says it's tough to raise capital in this market, I just want to be clear, it's really tough to raise capital in this market. I can put an exclamation point on that, and that's why we're so proud of the bolttech Series B. With that said, this concept of the scarcity of capital is really driven by the fact that there has to be a differentiation in your business model from the rest of the pack. And all insurtechs were not created equal. So when you hear it's tough for insurtechs to raise capital, well, it's not one particular thing. It's not one particular business. It's a series of different companies that make up this insurtech landscape. So we're quite proud that we have a very differentiated business model. We are really creating a digital-first, technology-led insurance ecosystem driven that just makes it easier to buy and sell insurance. And so the second point that I'm making here is just that you've got to be very specific and very clear about your business model. The third thing is Fundamentals. I am by trade an accountant, and so I have great respect for the need to have financial discipline. You've got to understand how you're spending your money, where you're spending your money, not only that you achieve growth, but you've got to achieve profitability. If we didn't have a clear path to profitability, we would not have had the successful Series B that we had, but we have a very clear path to profitability, and that is what really swayed investors. The next comment that I make, which really deals about a big trend, it's kind of unfortunate. Many companies in this marketplace, in order to achieve the financial success that they want to achieve, have taken some pretty harsh actions with respect to employees. The across the board layoffs that you see, minus 10%, minus 20% across the board. I think that's really very unfortunate. It actually gives this insurtech landscape a bad name, because it's really important to be disciplined, not just when things are tough, but to be disciplined all the time. So at bolttech, we never overhired. We've never had an across the board layoff. And we feel like that's disrespecting the employees, and it's lack of really just focus on the fundamentals. So for us, just reemphasize the importance of focus on the fundamentals and treat your employees well. You know, it's a lot easier to retain your people than it is to go out and get new people. And so we invest in those people, we keep those people, but we're not massively overhiring and then letting people go across the board. And then the last comment that I'll make is that it's about this technology evolution that you're seeing, or maybe the technology revolution that you're seeing when you think about generative AI and how that's reshaping the future of insurance. So those are the 5 big points that we see.
Yeah, I think it's great that you recapped your opening plenary. Now let's touch about your closing plenary. I understand that you'll be on an AI panel this year. What are the shifts do you think that the insurance industry will experience over the next year in response to AI?
So we think that generative AI, big data, everything that's going on in the space is really going to be the most transformative part of the insurance industry over the next few years. So we're really proud of the fact that as a digital native technology-led organization, we're embracing this. We're excited by the opportunity to see generative AI and the advanced analytics really play a much bigger piece, part of the equation here. We believe that this is going to be transformative in every part of insurance, whether it's the understanding and the underwriting of risks, whether it's how you handle claims, or whether it is on the front end when you think about sales and the life of an agent. We don't predict the demise of the insurance agent. We believe that the role of the insurance agent will continue to evolve, and it will evolve, for example, to a place where the insurance agent becomes like the risk manager, more of a risk manager and less of a just simple traditional agent. So we're excited about all of those things. I'll talk about those on today's panel, but I think that it's more thumbs up, positive, embrace the change and get on board and be ready for the next wave of change in the insurance industry.
I think that's a great way to wrap it up. I absolutely agree, and I really look forward to your plenary session later today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of the day at our conference.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.